Uncommon Valor is a wild ride of a war movie from 1983. If you're into throwback missions, tough-as-nails vets, and the whole bring our boys home idea, this flick's right up your alley. It's directed by Ted Kotcheff, the director of Rambo, and stars Gene Hackman as this dad who just won't give up on bringing his son back from a POW camp. He teams up with a bunch of his old war buddies and heads straight back into the jungle. Released in December '83 by Paramount, Uncommon Valor mixes explosive action with some real feelings: redemption, brotherhood, trying to patch up old war wounds. Plus, it kicked off the whole "let's go back to Nam and save our guys" movie-making craze. Movies like Rambo, First Blood Part 2 and Missing in Action owe it a lot. Critics were all over the place about it, but it ended up a sleeper hit. Plot summary. The movie opens in 1972 with a bunch of US soldiers under fire during the messy exit from Vietnam. You meet the squad: Demolitions dude Blaster, Reb Brown, Machine Gunner Sailor, Tex Cobb with a mullet to kill for, and Wilkes, Fred Ward, who's got his own baggage. It's a crazy evacuation scene with one guy, MacGregor's kid, getting loaded into a chopper, but not everyone's making it out in one piece. Flash forward to 1983. Colin Jason Rhodes, that's Hackman, is convinced his son Frank is still stuck in a Laotian POW camp. He teams up with the wealthy MacGregor, Robert Stack, whose kid was also taken. MacGregor's got the cash, so they round up the old gang: Wilkes, Blaster, Sailor, and some new faces: helicopter pilots Charts, Tim Thomason, and Johnson, Harold Sylvester, plus Patrick Swayze as a young, eager Marine whose dad also went missing back when. They train like maniacs on a Texas ranch, busting chops and getting in shape. Then it's off to Thailand, where the CIA takes their gear, which means they have to make a dodgy deal with a local ex-drug lord, Jung, Kwan Hee Lim, who brings his badass daughters along for the ride. After some hairy crossings and ambushes, they finally make it to the POW camp. There's a huge battle. Some of our guys aren't going to make it, but the ending has big emotions. Gene Hackman runs the show as Cole Rhodes. He's equal parts grumpy, warm, and unstoppable. Fred Ward gives you all the emotions as haunted Wilkes, while Reb Brown brings the laughs. Tex Cobb is hilarious as Sailor, a walking tank with attitude. Patrick Swayze's in there as the fresh-faced Marine, and you can see why he became a star. It honestly feels like these guys really did time together, with all the teasing and silent nods you'd expect from a group of old friends who made it out of something intense. Behind the scenes. The movie was produced by John Milius, with a budget around $11 million. The story came from actor Wings Hauser, who pulled ideas from a bunch of real-life MIA search parties, but switched enough to avoid any lawsuits. Filming mostly happened in Hawaii, where they built a fake POW camp in the Kauai jungle. The DoD wouldn't loan them any helicopters because they thought the movie made the government look bad, so the crew went out and bought some themselves. The title changed a lot, Last River to Cross Anyone, before they settled on Uncommon Valor, and the marketing went from serious dramatic to a more heck yeah, let's be heroes vibe. Critics were mixed. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 60%. Some loved the raw action and the cast, others thought it was kind of cheesy and formulaic. Roger Ebert gave it 2 stars. Today, people seem to love the camaraderie and big feel-good moments, even if it goes a little light on realism. Box office, it did great. $30.5 million on an $11 million budget. Not too shabby, especially against some heavy hitters out that year like Scarface. Random trivia. The film was loosely based on real MIA POW rescue missions, but they made sure to keep it kind of fictional. There are some hilarious goofs if you watch close, like helicopters changing colours mid-scene, or some gear that's way too new for the 70s. The soundtrack's got Brothers in the Night by Ray Kennedy, nice touch. Jack Carr, author of The Terminal List, actually watched them film parts of this movie in Kauai, which he says pushed him to join the military and become a writer. There were some behind-the-scenes beefs over writing credit. Actor Wings Hauser wrote the original script but ended up not being credited, settling for a lesser story by credit. Read more about that in our companion piece at Vocal.Media, linked in the description. If you're a fan of stories about loyalty, redemption, and that old never leave a man behind spirit, give Uncommon Valor a shot. Seen Uncommon Valor? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you love 80s movies, help us out by grabbing Uncommon Valor through our Amazon affiliate link down below.